The American Express Platinum Card versus the Delta SkyMiles Reserve American Express Card. Hello and welcome to a video I never thought I would make. That's because I usually don't spend much time comparing the lights of the Amex Platinum, Gold, Green, Chase Sapphire, Preferred, etc. against hotel or airline cards. That's because to me, those cards serve completely different purposes and they're not meant to replace one another. However, after some fairly recent changes to the Delta Reserve card, it became a lot more similar to the Amex Platinum than I ever thought it would be. So now they're actually somewhat comparable in certain ways. Therefore, we're going to do this video to help you determine which one you may want to go for. We're going to be looking at the welcome offers and the annual fees as of May 2023. Then we'll compare the ways to earn points and redeem points, plus the card benefits. That is the short version because there is so much to go over. And I also do individual card reviews that go much more into depth. We'll also discuss the insurance and protections on both cards and then help you determine which one is going to be best. And if that agenda sounds good to you, then let's kick things off right now with those welcome offers. If you were to apply and get approved for the Amex Platinum Card, you could earn 80,000 points after spending $6,000 in purchases in the first 6 months. The approximate value of that toward flights would be at least $800 and the annual fee is $695. There may also be some higher targeted offers floating around at this time, even up to 150,000 points. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for some of those. I actually did a dedicated video on how to find that offer right over here. So be sure to watch that one after this video if that interests you. As for the Delta SkyMiles Reserve card, the current public offer here is to earn 50,000 miles plus 10,000 MQMs or medallion qualification miles towards status after spending $5,000 in purchases in the first 6 months. The approximate value of the miles portion of that bonus will be around $550 on average toward Delta flights, and the annual fee on this card is $550. And as for which one is better, well, they're both going to be tied here with first place medals. And the reason for that tie is because it's really hard to objectively say one's better than the other because people value different things. Yes, the Amex Platinum Card gives you 30,000 more points or miles of value, but the annual fee is also higher, taking away some of that value. Also, the Delta card, despite its lower bonus, also lower fee, it gives you 10,000 MQM. So if you're a big Delta flyer and you're chasing after status, that could be a huge boost in helping you to achieve status and all the benefits that come with that. So your mileage, or should I say points, may vary. Let's move into our second category, earning points or miles. For the Amex Platinum Card, the reward structure is as follows. 5 points per dollar on flights when you book them directly with the airline websites or directly with the Amex travel portal. And this is valid for up to $500,000 of spend per year. You'll also earn 5 points per dollar on hotels, but only via the Amex travel portal and only if they're prepaid during the booking process. Then 1 point per dollar on all other purchases. On the Delta Reserve, you'll earn triple miles on Delta purchases when you book them directly with Delta on their website, and then 1 mile per dollar on all other purchases. As for the result here, the Amex Platinum Card will easily take home the first place medal, and the Delta Reserve will take second. And here's a little secret for you all in case you weren't aware. With the Amex Platinum Card earning 5 points per dollar, those are Amex membership rewards points, and Delta is a transfer partner of American Express, meaning you can take your Amex points and transfer them out or convert them into Delta miles at a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning for every 10,000 Amex points you have, that becomes 10,000 Delta SkyMiles. So even though you're earning Amex points, you could indirectly be earning Delta SkyMiles. Therefore, 5x on the Platinum is way better than 3x on the Reserve. So if your goal is just to earn SkyMiles for whatever reason, the Platinum Card will earn Delta miles faster than the Delta Reserve card itself. Neither card is great for everyday spend, but for airfare specifically, Amex Platinum wins super easily. And the same kind of holds true on the other side of the equation when it comes to redeeming your points or miles. For the Amex Platinum Card, when we redeem for travel via transfer partners, which means, again, you're pushing your points out to other airlines, Amex has a lot of different options for you. Doing this in combination with a strategically designed itinerary for big international flights, most likely, you'll be able to average probably around 1.7 cents per point, meaning 10,000 points will be worth around $170 for those flights. On the Delta Reserve, the option of transfer partners does not exist at all. But yes, you can use your Delta SkyMiles on other airlines that also participate with Delta in the SkyTeam Alliance. However, the Amex Platinum Card Card, in addition to giving you direct access to conversions of other airlines, all those airlines to some degree participate in all three major airline alliances. So while the Delta Reserve does have some flexibility, there's no real transfer partner option like the Amex Platinum. For travel redemption, specifically focusing on flights here, the Amex Platinum Card will give you a flat 1 cent per point, that is 10,000 points equaling $100 when you redeem those points directly via Amex's travel portal on pretty much any airline available. On the Delta Reserve side, however, the average rate, because the points can vary with Delta SkyMiles, you do not get a flat value here all the time. It's going to be around 1.1 cents per mile. Therefore, 10,000 miles equals $110 on average, but that's only via Delta.com doing award redemptions. And lastly, for comparison purposes, I also included cash back here as a statement credit. The Amex Platinum Card does give you this option for 0.6 cents per point, so 10,000 points equaling only $60 of value. Not great by any means, but a plan B option if you had to use it because you weren't traveling. And then the Delta SkyMiles Reserve does not have a cashback option at all, meaning we have another clear victory here with the Amex Platinum Card. All right, so I have to admit something here. When you're talking about high-end premium travel cards with big annual fees in the hundreds of dollars, they tend to have a lot of benefits to help you make sense of paying those big annual fees. And when you're talking about two in the same video, well, there's a ton of stuff to go over, and the list of benefits can go on for pages and pages, and the fine print is even worse. So here's what we're going to do. I created a little chart for you all with the most important benefits in one place, the Platinum Card and the Delta Reserve side by side, so you can see which ones have the things that you care most about in a really easy way. Let's check it out. Up at the top there in green font, our first section is related to credits. That is, when you spend money, you can get a statement credit or something similar back. So the Amex Platinum Card, which is probably the king of credit-based card products, has $789 worth of credits related to travel, and then an additional $1,095 in credits related to retail. There are a ton of these with an equal amount of terms and conditions to follow, so here's a brief look at them. I go into depth with these with more explanation in my in-depth Amex Platinum Card review video, but feel free to pause this if you want to look it over briefly right now. The Delta SkyMiles Reserve does not have any similar credits at this time, although it does have one, which is the TSA PreCheck / Global Entry credit, which I've listed separately on the second line there in yellow font. Both of these cards do have credits to reimburse you for the application fee of either of these two programs. Regarding lounge access, I've color-coded in blue font here the ones where we have some overlap. So either card can get you into the Centurion Lounge by American Express or the Delta Sky Club network. While you will have to pay for your guests that you bring with you, the Delta SkyMiles Reserve Card has one small additional perk here when it comes to these Sky Clubs. That is, you get 2 guest passes per year, meaning you can bring 2 people with you and no charge when you use those passes. However, the Amex Platinum Card takes it from there and also gets you into Priority Pass lounges. There are over 1,300 of those worldwide at this time. Also Plaza Premium lounges, Airspace lounges, and many others on top of all that. So it's much more comprehensive. Moving down a bit further to the Elite Status and Discount section, both cards perform extremely well here, but in very different ways. The Amex Platinum Card gives you status with a bunch of different travel-related companies, including Hilton Honors Gold status, Marriott Bonvoy Gold, Hertz President Circle, Avis Preferred Plus, and National Emerald Club Executive. With the Delta Reserve Card, all of its VIP perks are related to Delta Airlines specifically, including the Status Boost, MQD Waiver, complimentary upgrades, and upgrade priority. And if you'd like to learn more about what these actually mean and how they work, I also did a dedicated review video just to the Delta Reserve Card where I go in much more depth about these benefits. Moving down a little further to our flight benefits section, with the Amex Platinum Card, really all you can do here is upgrade your flight with points on select participating airlines. There aren't very many right now. They're pretty much all international airlines, but it is an option should you find yourself finding value in using this. With the Delta Reserve, you have access to a bunch of flight-specific benefits on Delta, including Takeoff 15, the Annual Companion Certificate, the free first check bag benefit, 20% in-flight discounts, and also priority boarding. Kind of like having a little bit of elite status even before you qualify for the year. For the next couple lifestyle and entertainment related benefits here, the Global Dining Access by Resi and Amex Early Access, Preferred Access, and Experiences, both cards give you access to these programs. Also, they have waivers for foreign transaction fees, so you won't be charged any of those outside of the US. And both cards for authorized users have a little bit of a fee structure here. For the Amex Platinum, it's $175. That includes 1, 2, or up to 3 total users for that one cost. Then $175 per user beyond that. For the Delta SkyMiles Reserve, it starts at $175 per authorized user. As for the result here, it's going to be a tie once more for first place medals, as both cards have a lot of great benefits. I realize that may upset a few people, especially for those of you who view the Amex Platinum Card as this king of all travel cards, and in some ways it kind of is, but it's also very much a lifestyle card. A lot of people may not use the Equinox credit and the Saks Fifth Avenue credit and the Walmart Plus membership and all that other stuff, whereas if you're a serious traveler and you fly Delta a lot, the ability to have your free chit bags, your spends toward elite status, helping you qualify for medallion status, also your priority boarding, 15% discount off your award redemptions, and all that. There's a ton of value there too, even though it's more niche and narrowly focused on a specific airline. Things definitely get kind of interesting here with the travel insurance. And by interesting, I mean they're pretty much identical in every possible way in terms of which coverages they offer and the actual deductibles or spend caps in each one. There was one small difference I noted though when going through all the tiny fine print between these two, and that is related to the baggage insurance. Note the massive difference here in what is allowed for the limits for carry-on versus checked luggage versus the high-risk items. The Amex Platinum Card on the left has significantly higher allowances for those different categories. Everything else is exactly identical, however, but because that one specifically was so much better on the Platinum Card, I've got to give the first place medal to the Amex Platinum. Go ahead and pause this screen if you'd like to read the bullet points a bit longer, and yes, additional terms and restrictions do apply. On the retail protection side, this includes things like purchase protection, return protection, extended warranty, and cell phone protection. I saw no differences here in terms of what is offered or how much. So again, feel free to pause this to look it over and compare a little longer. In terms of which card will win, well, it's going to be another first place tie here because again, there's literally zero difference. It's now time to add up our medals from the credit card Olympics to see which one is our overall winner. For the American Express Platinum Card on the left, we have 5 first place medals, and on the right hand side with our Delta SkyMiles Reserve, we have 2 first place and 3 second place. So the Amex Platinum takes the trophy. But that does not necessarily mean you should go apply for the Amex Platinum over the Delta SkyMiles Reserve. Here's why. In terms of which card is best, well, the Amex Platinum will be best for elevated perks and experiences across a variety of travel and lifestyle brands, whereas the Delta SkyMiles Reserve will be best for elevated perks and experiences exclusive to Delta Airlines. And here's some more expanded information around those two topics. In terms of which card to get, well, you want to consider getting the Amex Platinum Card if you want the most comprehensive lounge access, if you want or value elite status with Marriott, Hilton, rental car companies, etc. If you're willing to manage a lot of credits, that's also going to match your existing spending habits, of course. And also if you want broader travel and lifestyle perks. And that broader flexibility also applies to the rewards program as it goes much further beyond just Delta and its partners. That considered, you may want to look over at getting the Delta SkyMiles Reserve if you're a Delta loyalist and fly with them regularly. If you do not fly enough to earn elite status, but you want elite-like benefits simply by having the card open, or if you want to have elite status via spend, because that can of course help you accelerate getting to those different medallion levels without having to fly too much. Also consider the Delta Reserve if you do fly enough to earn status, but you want to earn an even higher level via spend to kind of make up for the flights you weren't able to take. Also, if you only need access to Delta Sky Clubs and or Amex Centurion lounges while flying Delta, and if you'll use the companion certificate that comes with this card every single year. And laying all that out, there are also a few situations where you want to avoid both of these cards. Specifically, if you don't travel much, if you prefer cashback as your rewards of choice, if you can't make sense of the high annual fees, if you don't want or don't need VIP travel benefits, and if you find value that you want in the lower fee cards, because remember the Delta Reserve is the top tier. Below that, you have the Delta SkyMiles Platinum, the Delta SkyMiles Gold, and the Delta SkyMiles Blue as other lower fee options. And for the Amex Platinum, you also have the Gold and Green below this one. And having said all that, if you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit other people, then please help me get it in front of them by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on those notifications. That way you'll never miss an awesome credit card video like this one. Also, check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, and to view my site with some great credit card offers that I've organized into different categories to help you find the cards that you like best. I thank you all for watching today's video. Hope it brought you some great value. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and while you're waiting for it to be uploaded to this channel, always remember that you are great.